I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I feel really bad. I got this sickness over the past 24 hours. Also, combined with playing ball hockey after school at BCIT, I'm pretty sore. So, I'm kinda dizzy. I don't really have the right state of mind. Time is going by a little bit slower than usual. I'm looking at the clock right now. The seconds are going by in a much longer period of time than I'm used to seconds going by, but I decided I gotta get a video up for you guys, so without further ado, let's move on to episode 3 of Why I Want 2019. Of course, this is the series where we take a look at 2019 draft-eligible prospects, talk about them in the context of a Vancouver Canucks fan, and discuss why I would want them. So far, we covered 2 guys who are probably not going to be available when the Canucks draft. We talked about Peyton Krebs and Kirby Dach, 2 guys who could probably go in the top 6. Krebs might slide down a little bit, but who knows. This time we have ourselves a prospect who is probably going to be a little bit more in line with where the Canucks are probably going to draft, assuming they don't make the playoffs and assuming they don't finish last in the league. We have ourselves today Trevor Zegras, which I'm pretty sure that's the pronunciation. I've heard most people say Zegras, so I'm gonna go with that myself. Zegras is a player who is projected to go around the 10-ish range for prospects. Most of the guys have him at 10, 11, some a little bit higher, some a little bit lower. The highest I've seen was hockeyprospect.com, who had him at 6th overall, but the lowest I've seen so far, at least on Elite Prospects, McKean's Hockey, who has Zegras at number 18. TSN and Bob McKenzie has him at 10. Zegras is a player who we are dubbing as the elite center on the US development program, who is overshadowed by Jack Hughes. And this is kind of that Barrett Hayton Morgan Frost situation going on once again. Barrett Hayton was a guy who might have built up the stock to go 5th overall if he wasn't playing for the Greyhounds, if he wasn't playing behind Morgan Frost, who is like one of the #1 players in the OHL today. Zegras is in the same kind of boat. If he was not playing behind Jack Hughes on the center position, he most likely would have a higher stock. Zegras is listed as a center, and I know Vancouver Canucks fans are probably thinking about that like, wait, we already have Horvat, Pettersson, Gaudette, McEwen, Madden, what's the point of getting another center? Well, he actually plays on Jack Hughes' line quite a bit, and Hughes, obviously, he's listed as a center as well. So there has to be that flexibility there. Zegras, if he gets drafted by Vancouver, he won't necessarily be relied upon as a center, because seeing his performances with the US development program, him and Hughes, they each can play different forward positions. But enough about that, let's actually talk about what makes Zegras so deadly. Trevor Zegras is a player who is 6'0", 168 pounds. Taking a look at his numbers, playing for the United States National Team Development Program in the junior leagues, he's got 20 points in 12 games played. Playing for the National U18 team, he's got 49 points in 34 games played so far. That's not bad. And obviously, playing as one of the higher-rated players on his team, sharing that spotlight with Jack Hughes, it's quite obvious to see that he's able to play with talented players such as Hughes. Now, speaking about Hughes, Hughes actually missed out on quite a bit of time. Because he went over to the World Juniors, because he wasn't available all too much, Zegras had to become that guy to step up to the plate when Jack Hughes was gone. And he did that. Zegras' best quality is his vision and his passing. Those two combined with each other provide such a deadly combination that is able to set up guys like Jack Hughes, like Cole Caulfield, like Turcotte, endlessly. He can be on the boards, fighting out for a puck battle, and he throws it out in front of the slot, finds a guy, it's in the net. He does that all the time, playing for the US development program. And this is kind of why I want Zegras for the Canucks, because his offensive awareness and his visioning is so high. Playing this guy, let's say on a left wing spot with Pettersson and Besser, oh my goodness, that would be absolutely incredible. You think that Pettersson and Besser have that good passing chemistry? Zegras, if he comes in, would make that even better. It would be like Sedin Burrows all over again in terms of their passing ability. Playing for different tournaments throughout the past few years, Zegras' point totals haven't been all too high, especially in comparison to his usual teammate Jack Hughes, and that's kinda obvious to see why. When Hughes is playing as that first-line center and Zegras is playing as that second-line center, it's obvious to see why Hughes would get more points. More playing time equals more chances equals more points, which is why playing for the US development program on Hughes' wing, Zegras has showed an elite ability to control the puck and to make things happen in the offensive zone. His visioning and hockey IQ is one of the best in the draft, and he's agile enough and a good enough skater to breeze by guys to set up his own players in front. He is a very good puck collecting machine, and he's able to set up teammates to an endless ability. That's the main thing I really want to drive home here. Zegras can pass the puck, and he can do it extraordinarily well. Going into the future though, Zegras is committed over to Boston University for the NCAA. He'll play there starting in 2020, and most likely won't see any NHL time up until the early 2020s because he's probably going to spend a few years at the college level. But at the same time, Zegras getting taken by the Vancouver Canucks would provide a good sense of stability on our forward core. You could argue that we need to draft defense, and you could also argue that we probably shouldn't take Zegras because he's going to take a few years to marinate in the system before he steps into the National Hockey League. Those are fair claims, but honestly, I see that the positives outweigh the negatives here, and Zegras as an elite talent is certainly one who will have any team that drafts him extremely satisfied with what they get. Whether they take him in the top 6 or whether they take him in the top 15, I think Zegras is going to be a fantastic player in the NHL. He's going to be an assist playmaking machine. And also, I didn't mention this, but his shot is not bad either. So far, throughout the 46 games that he's played, he only has 17 goals, but don't let that fool you. His shot is pretty solid. It's not like he has a bad shot, it's just that he elects to pass the puck more. And for a guy that we're looking to play alongside of Pedersen and Besser, I think Zegras could totally be that guy who dominates the rest. And with that, we conclude episode 3 of Why I Want. I'm gonna pass out, eat a junior chicken, eat a McDouble, watch all the airing anime that I haven't caught up to yet. Domestic Girlfriend is really cool, I like that show a lot. What else do I need to watch? Kaguya-sama Love is War, that's a great show as well. Also, Girly Air Force, a few other interesting shows out there. But yeah, I feel really dizzy right now. I probably should go to bed, watch all my anime, and pass out probably. I'll take a lot of cough medicine too before I pass out, but of course I have to edit this video before doing all that. Hope you guys enjoyed this Witcher Plus and Gaming, and bye.